I'm your first one here. Yes, you are. You get the crown today. You are first one here. That's awesome. What's going on, everybody? Yesterday we put up a pretty awesome video. That Savage 21 that I got, the all original one. That thing is a gem. I love that truck. First time out with it. The tune was a little off. We got it running good, and no problems. That thing is just awesome. There's nothing wrong with it. One thing I did notice, that Savage 21, man, the factory sound out of that stock pipe is fantastic. That thing just had a good tone to it. I don't think there's really anything I would change to it. Now, safe to say, it doesn't have the same power that the LRP 32 has, but, hey, man, I can't complain. She's old, and she runs awesome. What an awesome little truck. Yeah, good morning to you, Graham. Let's get everybody going, and we're going to start working. I got a couple of things here, some good and some bad, but, took the low C XXX NT out yesterday as well. I took that out on the oval track and had a issue with the clutch. I never took that engine or clutch apart because it seemed fine. I didn't bother with it, and I bought it used. They never put Loctite on the pins. The pins thread into the flywheel, and they backed out. It pushed up against the front bearing, and yeah, it locked up. I thought I blew it up, but I didn't. But it cost me $40 for a new flywheel, so that sucks. All right. I think we're going to start working on the eb4 first. Harold, good to see you, brother. Yeah, go wash your ass, man. Yeah. We're going to start working on the eb4. I'm going to be swapping that out. We're going to take that apart and take a good look at it. I got a little screwed up on that one too. I found an engine for it. I wanted to put a stock engine back in it, because that one needs a repinch, which isn't a big deal, but it also needs a one-way and a starter, a pull starter. And I found a complete engine that the guy said had good compression, had a good pull starter on it. Excuse me. And I bought it. I made a deal on it. I got it for a good price, and then he canceled the sale, said they can't find it. So back to square one with the engine. But yeah, let's work on that first. Let's go get the stuff together, and we'll start working. Boogie and parts. All right, cool. How's everybody doing today? Got a good day? It looks like it's going to be nice weather again. I'm going to go out and run something. Let's take a look at this. There we go. Nice, good shape. Mostly original. Thunder Tiger eb4 S2. Right now, there is one on eBay. It's missing a couple of things, but there's a good price. If anybody's in the market looking for one of these, hit me up. I will send you the link if you can't find it. Let's keep going. Let's pull the body off. This one's nice. This was a steal. I got a great deal on this one. I like how you stack your trucks back there. Yeah, we ran out of floor, so we had to start going vertical, Grandma. That's all there is to it. All right, we'll just take this engine and get it up out of the way. We're going to clean this chassis a little bit while we're in there. But, I'm sorry, that's the one way. I need to get a starter for it, and it needs a repinch. Like I said, I tried to buy a complete engine because it probably just would have been a little bit easier, you know what I mean? Just to say the heck with it, put a good bottom end on it, put the cooling head on top of that, and be done. But, yeah, that deal fell through, so we'll figure something else out. All right, first thing we're going to do is, I noticed one thing about this when I got it, is this thing is a lot of play in the wheels. And what it is she's an old one. Rughead, good morning, how are you? This thing has a lot of play in it because this is an old buggy. This thing does not have bearings. It actually has bushings, the brass bushings in them, and these things are worn out. So, rather than put bushings back in, which would be, why were you going to do something like that? I was able to find an old school kit of the upgraded ball bearings. Look at that package. And it's awesome. See, it says $22.99 on that sucker. I actually bought them for $22.99. The guy didn't just upsell them. Chino, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Gonna work on an eb4 today. So we'll start getting some wheels off, and let's start getting this thing apart and see how it comes apart. Honestly, I've never Never really worked on one of these. Now this tool I'm using, I recommend this thing. This is made by ProTech. This is an awesome tool for getting the 17 mils off, and it has a magnet on it. But it's not cheap, but it also comes in two different ways. You can hold it in the center and bolt it in like that, so it's like a T, or you can do it so it has a longer handle on it. Harold, that was awful quick, man. Are you sure? You said you were taking a shower, man. Did you? I hope you didn't skimp on nothing, my guy. All right. One of these days, I'm going to do a little trick. We're going to try the boiling technique that I've seen work. And we're going to try to get these old crusty tires off. The centers are worn down. These are no good. I want to try to save these wheels. And we're going to put an actual proper tire on this thing. And we're going to the track. Like I said, if anybody's looking to pick up one of these, there's one on eBay. I can send you the link if you can't find it. All right. So these have just your basic 17 mil hex. That's a nice thing. We ain't got to go crazy. Nitro Jim, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Harold, I heard the notification, grabbed my phone, started it so I could hear it and finish my... Oh, okay. Be careful with that. Those phones are super sensitive to moisture. It'll set off the moisture code and brick you. My kid, we had to replace hers because of that, because she likes to listen to the music while she's in the shower. Oof. I don't know. Let's see here. I can't with that magnet. Let's see. All right, we got to find a way to hold. We got to hold it. Nice. Yeah, good to see everybody out. Today was a fun day. I mean, other than that XXX NT breaking, I'm in good shape. Yeah, let's see. It says, yeah, I take my phone in the shower every day. Never had an issue. I'm a shithead, though. Yeah. Anything to void your warranty so they don't have to cover you under your insurance, you know? All right. So these have a little 2.5 millimeter inside the hub. A little grub screw. So we're going to have to put some Loctite on those when we put them back in. That's all that does is holds the pin. That's nice. I like it when they have stuff like that. Pin slides right out. There we go. Nice. They look like aluminum. 17 mils. All right, how do we get this out? Okay, we're gonna have to throw a little bit of Loctite on that too. Looks like you just pull the ball stud out. There's your axle. Nice, nice. Good shape. See, I like these older buggies. Like this one's really nicely built. Like look, this has a CVDs on it. You ain't got to worry about throwing dog bones out of it. It's not that old, you know what I'm saying? Everything looks like it's in pretty good shape. Nothing's broken. Nice. All right, let's try and get these out. Looks like it had a washer on both sides. Yeah, there you go. This is what it comes with. These little brass bushings. I mean, back in the day, that was pretty common. I mean, I still have a Stampede that has them. Do I want them in my race buggy? Not really, but... Oh, why do I have that? These are backwards. I got my order messed up. Getting them out's going to be a fun one. All right, let's see if we can come up with a better idea. Nitro Jim, this is a Thunder Tiger eb4 S2. This right now, I think right now, this is the segment. If you're in the mood for, you know, something old school and you want a nitro buggy, this is the ticket. These things are still being slept on, if you know what I'm saying. You can find these relatively cheap. Now, I know where there's one that's missing. It's got a couple of upgrades, honestly, but it's missing, I believe, the linkages, which it could be a pain to find. I understand that. And I think that's it. I'd have to double check, but I know where there's one right now. The guy had it for $160, and then he had it down to $135. So there we go. If you ask me, he's looking to move that thing. I bet if you offered that guy $120 or $110, I guarantee he'd take it. If it's still there by the end of the week, I might buy it just for parts. But like I said, this comes with an old, there's brass bushings, man. And they wear out after time. They're a friction item, you know what I'm saying? They're not that great. Let's see what Rugged says. The new fancy phones are waterproof until they aren't. My charging port died from water, and I can only charge wireless. Oh, man. Yeah, that wireless thing would have helped me a bunch of times. Where I work, there's a lot of dust, and the ports get ruined. That's what, 9 out of 10 times that's what happens. Mine dies from the from just getting the dirt in them. All right, let's clean out this dust here. There we go. But yeah, these buggies, these old school ones, they're built like a tank. You can have a good time with them. The nitro engines, pretty much any big block will fit in this. Came with a really nice cooling head. So, I mean, if you wanted to say, buy one of these, take it and put a racing engine in it. No problem. Chino, I'll see you on the next one, brother. If you were to, you know, you wanted to put an actual racing 21 in it, go for it. Or you want to get crazy, put an LRP 32 or a 28 or, you know, anything in there, something bigger. They'll take it. Take it, no problem. I don't want to have to, but I'm probably better off just pulling that bottom ball cup as well. That way I can move the whole thing, because I cannot, that's a 3.0. I cannot get that back bearing easy. It kind of recesses in. There we go. Come on out. There we go. Need something that's about the same diameter. That way we can push it evenly. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Okay, let's try this. Friction is the enemy here. I'll put a little bearing grease on it, a little oil. I'll try to push it in. What can we use? Actually, that might work perfect. Bam! There we go. Perfect. All right. Let's reassemble. See if it took the slop out. That's the goal. I just want to get the slop was the problem. The wheel had a terrible amount of slop. Where do we have it? It's on the bottom of this one. Right? Yeah. 3.0. All right, little Loctite there. Let's put the hub and pin. Nice. There we go. Put a little Loctite on the locker. Go. What do we got going on? So what's shaking? The hub? Basically, when you get these kind of bushings, it's a wear item. They're worn out. I'll show you on the back, and then we'll compare it. We'll see what it did to the front. Yeah, the hub itself is moving. Okay, we got to put the upper arm back on. I'll tell you what, this is a really well-made buggy. I like this. I mean, there's a couple of things I would change. The turnbuckles do not have, like, adjustment slots, so you can just put a wrench on them. Looks like you'd have to take the whole turnbuckle off and turn the end. Just not ideal. I don't like that, but that's what they do. Got pillow ball mounts on the on all four corners, I believe. No, I'm sorry. It's got pillow balls in the front. And it's got C-hubs in the rear. So you got half of what you want. Okay, there we go. Out with the bushings, in with the bearings. Let's see if it made a difference. That's perfect. Look at that. Just a little bit. If you wanted to, you could probably get some washers and you could shim it out and get rid of the rest of it. But that amount ain't bad. I mean, my Team Associated buggy has about the same. It's when it gets like this, you need to worry. Like, look at this. That looks like that wheel's gonna fall off. Let's see if I can compare the fronts. It's about half. All right, let's get the other front done. And we'll work our way to the back. So what's everybody else running today? I don't know. I'm getting out though. I got some. I got 20% on deck. I got 30% on deck. I'm thinking about taking out the Slash and the Slayer. I'm thinking about taking them out to the track today. Same thing as this. This will go a lot quicker now that we know the ticket. On the back, we'll have to figure it out. Pin slides through. I hope. There it goes. Hub is off. All right, 3 mil. Pull the ball cups. OG, what's going on, brother? Let's clean this one off a little bit of schmutz in there. There we go. CVDs, baby. Oh, thank God. This is going to be terrible with dog bones. Imagine trying to look out on the track to find them. Man, that would stink. All right, let's try to get these old ones out. I'll use a new one. Really isn't a nice way to do this. Where did it go? Come on out. There you go. Anybody want to buy a pair of these bushings, let me know. I'll let them go real cheap. Come on out. What's your problem? I think I'm gonna pull this one. I might take this one off with the vise. There's really no nice way to get this. Should just pop right out. All right, it's coming now. There we go. Come on, there can't be much holding you left. There it goes. And we're out. All right. See, I use the dynamites for the prying job. If I kill that, I really don't care. Doesn't really matter. They're cheap. So let's see what's going on with the chat. What's everybody else going to be running today? Come on, it's a nice day. Gotta be something going on. All right. 2 more bearings. Let's get them in. Start with that rear one because that was the pain. There we go. And there we go. Tell you what, that Arma ball cup tool made this job a lot easier. Locker on there, a little too much locker on there, just enough. Here's my 3. Oh crap, can't do that yet. Maybe I can, hold on, let's see. Gotta put our drive shaft in first, getting ahead of ourselves. Okay. There we go. Let's get the top one on. We'll start the back. Yeah, that back, the play in that back is, wow, way too much. The play in the back bushings is just, that was the problem. And I was surprised I was actually able to find these bearings relatively easily. $22 later, bam, they were here. Didn't take long at all. All right. This thing can use a little bit of a cleanup. We'll do that after we figure out, once we get the engine sorted. Look at those wheels. That's disgusting. All right. on, get in there. Just want to make sure that that pin is flush before I set it, so it will mess the wheel up. That'll work. Wheel go on? Yeah, we're good. All right, where is that? 2.5. Then we got to figure out the back. That's going to be fun. We might have a fire up today as well. That's one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to show you a little creativity I came up with. And I want to show you a great deal, by the way. If anybody's looking for servos, I'm going to pass on an awesome deal that I found by one of our favorite sellers. There we go. So what do you think? I think this is going to be pretty fun down the track. Ain't going to be seeing it, too many people using them, so I think it'd be neat to see. All right, so let's see. Do we get rid of it? Oh, look at that. There is barely any play in the front whatsoever. Just enough. Get her going. But look at the back, like I said. That thing's ready to take a hike. All right, let's get this back off. We'll see how bad these are. You can see it's just the whole hub, the whole thing. Hey, they gave you extra. All right, sorry about that. They love to call me all day. Just double check. Everybody can hear me just fine. No issues. Call it the most inconvenient times, which is any time. All right, so let's see what we're gonna have to do. Don't really want to have to mess with that pin, so we're probably gonna have to remove the top bolt and we'll just flop it over. Now we're gonna try that. Let's see what we can do. Can everybody still hear me? Whenever I get a phone call, it usually puts the live on mute. All right. If everybody could, please hit the like and subscribe button. Appreciate that as well. All right. There we go. Push the pin through. Off. Yeah, those things are just whooped. Grandma, yes, okay, cool. Thank you. All right, what do we need? That's probably a 2, 3, 2. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the top link off. Still has, you can tell, has a little bit of rust on the links, but she's got good bones. It's got high-tech servos. This was a good deal. Like I said, there's one on eBay now if anybody's looking. Nitro Pimp, what's going on? We're bringing the eb4 up to a little bit more current, and we're getting rid of the brass bushings. There we go. And I spoke too soon. These have dog bones in the rear. Does not have CVDs in the rear, only in the front. So you got a C-hub front with CVDs, and you got a dog bone rear with C-hubs. So you got a little bit of everything on this one. There we go. Yeah, those things are just wallowed out. You can see that's why it was wiggling so freaking bad. Get this rear one out. Clean it out a little bit. It's a little dirty, that's for sure. There we go. Anybody wants a good deal on them brass bushings, you let me know, because I'll let them go cheap. There we go. Okay, where is the armor tool? There we go. It's almost like it was meant for that. That's wonderful. There we go. Okay. That was easy. Let's put the hub in. Make sure the hub's not the issue. I doubt it. Brass is going to wear well before steel, so this should be fine. Oh yeah, that's way better. Okay. Well, first things first, I guess we'll put the hub on. Go. Nitro Pimp, you got any good pickups this week? I ain't getting nothing, man. The eBay burned me once, and that's it. Hoping for a better week next week. I'll find something cool. Go. Where'd that? Clean the bone off here. Dog bone's good. There we go. What did we have it set on? All the way in. Out of money for a few. Yeah, I hear that. I got a couple of bucks coming my way, but nut was inward. Can't find nothing, man. No good deals right now. I found a couple of Savages out my way, but I'm going out to the Nitro track next week anyway, and it's out that way, so I'm just gonna hope that they're still there, and maybe I can make a deal later. I'm not making a ride all the way out there to come back. There we go. All right, let's put that wheel on, and we'll see if our wiggle's gone. I believe it will be. Nah. Still there. Let's take a look at that. Let's see what's going on. It's actually the hubs. If you look at these hubs, I don't know if you can tell on here. See if I can zoom in. There we go. If you look on the hub here, let me clean that schmutz off. It'd probably be easier to see. See You can definitely see it. The hubs are worn. That sucks. But how would that... How would that happen? Do they want it that way? I mean, I highly doubt. All right, Grandma, I'll catch you later. Great day, everyone, and God bless you all. That's strange. I wonder, how is that possible? The pin can't move. You got a little bit of movement in the pin. That's okay. Round and round movement's fine. This left to right, what would hold that would be, you would have to machine the hub to fit the outdrive, and that outdrive was not worn. And like, these could not be expanded because the nut wouldn't fit if this was made, you know, if it was ballooned. What can we do to fix that? Anybody got any ideas? I mean, there's a lot of movement here anyway. Has little C-clips, kind of like the Traxxas used. You can see that. So you can adjust your back and forth, but these looks just like what they use on the Revos. That's cool. You'd have to have something in between the hub. Do I want to take that back apart? Is it worth it? Because I don't know what I would use. Let's take a look. Where's the 2.5? There we go. Got us a good one here. What do you think? New hubs? Think they're worn out? I don't know, man. I don't know. That doesn't look worn out. I mean, it's kind of hard to see anything in there. Buy hubs. Let's see what we can do here. Hold on. We're going to make a financial decision with this one. Because I don't mind if the wheels move a little bit. I really don't. It's just I didn't want those bushings in there, and I figured those were the problem. So here's what we're going to do. Not going to not forget about it, but we're going to make a financial decision. Let's see here. Like I said, there's one of these for sale on eBay, so if I plan to use that for parts, I would probably have a set. So that's something to consider. Yeah, aluminum versus steel. Steel always wins, correct. Let's see something here. Zoom back out. All right, let me see. I think I had the book. I do. One of the coolest things is this came with all the instructions that it would have came with. And look at this. It's like a treasure map for parts. Ah, there it is right there. Let me see something real quick. Let's throw that wheel on so I can move this. So, hubs. And you're going to need hubs. All right. Luckily for me, it's right here on the top page where you don't have to unfold this giant thing. What an awesome idea. Look at the size of this thing. Like, look at this. Even us old people that can't see worth the shit can read this. BD2202. All right. Let's see if we can find these things. Thunder, Tiger, BD2202. All right, we'll try the Evil Bay real quick. BD2202. Thunder Tiger. No exact matches found. All right, let's take out Thunder Tiger and we'll just put in eb4. Brake calipers. A head gasket. I don't think these are available. Well, that makes that easy. No price. Probably 25 shim behind it. Did steal a couple of shims behind from the front. The fronts are good. We could try to shim it. We could try that. I don't think that's going to fix the problem because it's not a issue of pressure on the pin. It's an issue of it floating above the outdrive. So I don't know if a shim would work, but we could try it. We could try it. That won't take much. Let's try that. We could try it. Let's try it. Okay, what am I looking for? I swear to God, if I could find my tools today, we'd be done by now. Let's try to get this figured out. Two 5. Adjustable. Come on out. There we go. I'm gonna put a few on there just to see. If it gets too tight, then we can pull them out. I swear to God. Guess I did get myself shaven. Oh well. I swear to God, those friggin' calls that you get all the time that's just, you know, scam likely, they keep on trying to give me a $75,000 loan. I hate to tell these people, they give me one, they're in a lot of trouble because I'm going to spend that shit and you ain't getting it back. There you go. Good call. Just got to find more of those shims. I don't know where I'm going to find those. That did it. It's a hell of a lot better. Compare it to the other side. Look at that. Nice call, pimp. Good idea. I thought about that, but I was like, I didn't think it would work. Well, try anything, I guess. Gonna have to find some of them shims. Where I got them at? Shims from a okay, that is for a what is that, the crap, why am I drawing a blank? The Sen MT. See if I can make that one work. If not, there's two more in there. Cool. Nice. Yeah, I might have them for that Arma ones too, but I don't think I have them around. Oh, pickup scored a new Savage SS. It took 2 months to get here from Japan. Sweet, man. I don't know. I seen you commented on it, that 21 that I picked up, man. I took that out. What a nice truck. Wow. Okay. Now we got one that's completely stuck. Okay, that's cool. What is your problem? Pin is stuck. I pulled that out, right? No, maybe I didn't. Okay. Okay, never mind. I seen a grub screw on here, but I did not. I thought I took it out. I didn't. There we go. Removing of the grub screw would help. Yeah, I was so happy with how well that 21 ran. I mean, that thing, it's like brand new. It just fired right up and it just ran. I mean, I had to, everybody saw it. I had to mess with the tune a little bit. I believe he had it on 30, that's why. And after I got that thing tuned in, I mean, it shifted on its own. It just ran great. It idled wonderfully. I mean, you just can't complain. That thing was just perfect. There we go. We can stop beating on that thing for no reason. There we go. All right, we need the two. Pull this upper arm off. All right, then you want to stay in there? You can stay in there. There we go. A little bit of rust on that one. One hit, bam, there it goes. There we go. Bushings out. Bushings out. Let's clean them up. Let's go. Yeah, eBay's been dry, man. I don't know. People are asking a lot for junk. There's only one thing on there that I said that is worth it. And I'm going to probably try to pick that up at the end of the week. Marketplace, however, there's one. There's one good one. Okay, that's that bearing. Let's get that inner. Armor tool. Armor tool? Where'd it go? That armor tool worked awesome. That shim looks good. Not too much. Maybe too thick. I think there was one on the back. We're going to take that one off and try just to use the one. There's a bunch of shims on this one. There we go. Oh, they're too thick. I cannot use that one. I have a bunch of these that I pulled off of it. Let's see if I can just stack those like I did the other side. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that feels good already. All right, cool. There we go. Hub is on. Let's get this. Hopefully this will fix the issue. Okay, 3, 3, 3, 2. Nitro Pimp. Ha, wife just called. Killed the upload of the Manic video. Forgot to turn on. Oh, no. There we go. There we go. Slowly but surely, we're going to make ourselves a good running Nitro vintage buggy here to run. The Offna is about ready to go. I got to get a couple of things, and the Offna will be good. And we'll have this to go with it. There we go. Let's check them out. That looks great. That's perfect. All right. Yeah, that'll work. I basically just added 2 shims to the stack that they already had, and bam. There's a little bit of wiggle, but I mean, that's minute compared to where we were before. And now, oh crap, I screwed it up. Why didn't you say something? Oh, okay. Screwed it up. You guys didn't even say nothing. It's going to take me minutes to fix this. And put the drive shaft back in. We got to put the dog boat in. Can't have 3-wheel drive. There we go. Put the bone back in. Go. Just makes me laugh a little bit. Nitro Addiction's back, which is good to see. He's playing with nice servos and his nice buggy here, and we're playing with something from the early 2000s here. I gotta get me a nice buggy, something brand new. I'm overdue. But till then, we're gonna keep playing with this old stuff. Go. Okay. Double check everything. Don't worry about that, Axel. There we go. It's amazing, even considering how old these shocks are, they still feel pretty good. Like, that ain't bad. All right, we're gonna save these extra bearings here. I'm gonna throw the tag right in the bag, so that way I know what they're for, and we'll put this right back in the box. There we go. All right, cool. There we go. We're going to get rid of these bushings right now unless somebody wants them. We got a high bidder of anything, I'll ship them to you. There you go. These are junk. We're not even going to worry about them. Let's save them over here for now. I'll find something to do with them. There we go. eb4 has now got ball bearings. We're good to go. Trying to think of where they would want the other 2. Or if they just gave you spares. 8 by 16 by 5. I don't know. All right, like I said, we're going to try the boiling technique to get these tires off, and I'm going to put something proper on them. And we're going to take this to the track. I should just take this off. The only thing I like about when you buy these vintage buggies and they have the real long aerials for the antenna is these tubes, if you can straighten them out, you can make like almost 4 different little ones out of it. All right, there we go. eb4 S2, now with ball bearings. All the slop is taken out. Nice little tip there from the pimp. It worked out actually better than I thought. Worked out pretty good. So there we go. Just got to figure out this engine situation. Either get it repinched and find a starter for it, or put something different in it. Who knows? We could do that too. All right, on to the next one. Let's work on a Savage. Got something else to work on. About these Savages working on this bench, they don't fit in frame. Look at that. It's so damn big. All right, this one here, this one's pretty damn close to being able to run. We're close. Stole a couple of shocks off it already. But we're going to try something different with this one. Maybe I'll have to do a different view here. Hang on, let's figure something else out. I'll take this off here. There we go. That'll work. Jeremy T, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Well, way much more better. All right, what we got here is, let's see, is that a good view? I don't know. Can I tell? A little crooked. There we go. We got this I picked up off a buddy. It's a Savage X46. This is a K46 that I bought from a guy at a McDonald's. Got it, told the wife I got it in a Happy Meal. Other than that, Lumidave to the rescue. I got a pair of brand new Savage X plates for it because the plates were destroyed. They were ugly. Now, she's presentable. The other thing I wanted to do is I like to try different things. I want to mess around a little bit. And one of the things was, if you watch anybody, when it comes to the Savage stuff, you know, I think John has his Savages. OG has a ton of them. And his setup is usually the go-to is red springs, eight shock setup, and he deadheads them and plays with them. And I don't know. I want to try something different. He said that he tried these big bores once before. He doesn't like them that much. And I want to see if I can make them work. And like I said, I'm short 2 shocks anyway. So I ended up buying a pair of these because I thought they were the smaller shocks. I was wrong. So then I ended up with 2. So I was like, you know what? I'll buy 2 more, make a full set. And we're going to put them on this. I'm going to try it. That's what I want to do. I want to see if I can get them to work. So I'm going to put them on stock for now. And I want to see what they do. And then we can figure out from there whether or not... Those are 8s, right? Yeah. Then I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do to them. I want to make them work. Never have to worry about these wheels falling off. Not on this thing. Jesus. There we go. All right. So what do we have here? Phillips. Save these screws. But this thing is basically bone stock, except for it doesn't have the right 4.6 in it. Looks like it has the 3-speed transmission. It's still stock geared. Brand new air cleaner, brand new fuel tank. Your basic Savage. They work good. Just take out the preloads. What are you talking about? The top springs? Let's take a look at them. These top springs here. No, I want to keep them. If anything, they seem awful stiff. What I need to do is find a way that I can... I want full suspension. I'm not going to deadhead them. I want the full suspension. I just want to find a way that I can help with the valving. Here's an idea. What's anybody think about this? Obviously, these go in the front, and then they'll go in the rear. What if I was to take the smaller shocks and take the spring off them and just use them as an absorber only to slow these down? I wonder if that would work. Oh, gee, ever tried that? It's not that. It's this one. And a 2.5? Why not? Sure. Where's the 2.5? 2030. Where did it go? How you can lose tools when they're on the same bench? 2030. Okay. All right. That might ship together someday. Not today, though. There we go. That's what the primals do? That's what I saw. And I mean, I've seen this done before. That was a big thing back in the 90s with the monster trucks, like the bigger lifted trucks. You'd see they would just take a shock and just run it as a shock. They would keep the springs off it, and they'd run one big shock like this. So if I ran one big shock here, like that, and then I ran just this as a shock, not with a spring, not a coil over, I wonder if that would work. Let's see, black and purple springs are the worst. Now you have 4 giant black springs will work fine if you take off the plastic preloads and use 50-60 weight. I'll be using big bores on the next 2 trucks. Okay. So OG is going to change it up a little bit too. But I think I want to try my idea. I'm not going to mess with the preloads. I'm not going to mess with the shock oils or anything. What I want to do is I want to take this and I'm going to put exactly like I said I want to try. And I got to get a receiver battery. I got to get a receiver. And this thing's ready to run. I'm pretty confident that it won't have any issues. Which we probably will. And we'll see what it does. I'm going to take it. I got to get a ramp. We're going to take it. We're going to shoot it off the ramp. And we're going to watch it and just see what it does. What's up, everybody? Bob, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Those stock Savage shocks suck balls. Yeah, well, we're going to try them. We're going to see what we can get out of it. Racing the slashes all the time, I kind of gotten pretty good at working with garbage. Rynks, do whatever Raw does. Yeah, man, Raw. I just watched one of his before I came on here. Yes, they do, but they built these to fly and jump, and that's what they do very well with stock shocks. They don't turn. They don't like turning. Well, can't have everything, I guess. All right. So, like I said, what I'm going to try to do is we're going to do this. I'm going to pull the bottom off. I'm going to pull the spring. The isolator. It's already leaking a little bit. That's nice. Let's clean that off. Leftovers. That's all that is. And that shock feels really nice. So we're going to just put it on as a shock. Shock only with the bump stop on the bottom. So we'll have one massive shock. I'm going to leave the preload collars in it for now. And we're just going to have this. My goal with this is basically, OG's idea is correct, in a way. And his stuff works. So we're definitely not going to say that he's wrong, because he's not. Is by deadheading it, he's losing travel. The more travel you have, the longer it has time to absorb. I believe the problem that he's trying to alleviate by doing that is it bounces. Like, it bounces real hard, and I don't want it to do that. Basically, what I want it to do is to come down and then hopefully have this extra on here to slow the rebound. I'm trying to slow the rebound. I want it to come down complete and then rebound slow. So I think this might work, or it might be terrible, but we're going to find out. So let's mount this bottom on. Formula One speed with Model T handling. Yeah. I don't know. It didn't handle too bad. I mean, a Revo handles better, but a soft Revo handles terrible. It just flips. All right. Where do we have them? In the middle. Now, it's kind of nice that the Savage has adjustments, at least, for the shocks. So you can lay them down more or stand them up. I'm going to put them right in the middle. Or maybe I won't. Okay. We're going to need longer screws. That's a problem. Don't have them right now. All right. I want to take these. We're going to change route. We're going to go different course here. I'm going to keep these off for the time being. And I want to see how bad these big ones are. Like I said, I'm going to wait till the end of the week. I'm going to order a battery, a receiver. This already has a switch. And we're going to try to get this thing going by the end of the week. Next week. Obviously, it's Saturday, so that's not going to happen. So we're going to do that for the time being. I'm going to order some longer screws as well. I don't think they ever meant it for this. I believe the reason I want to see if this works, follow me on this, is like when OG jumps, it lands really nice. It's just with the lack of travel, I think it's basically bottoming out. When it bottoms out that suspension, I think that's why he's having problems throwing the dog bones out. Because if it's got to flex. If you got this thing flexing that bad, that means that you don't have enough suspension to absorb how high he's flying. Now, the Madman's also flying like nobody else. I mean, Raw, he's flying just as high, but he's asking a lot. That's all I'm saying. You're asking a lot at the lot. So let's do that. We're going to just run one big one. I did not mess with anything, so this should be stock. I didn't mess with the oils. I didn't mess with anything. It's got the one big preload in it. Bob says, just a little FYI, the more horizontal the shock and spring is mounted, the less spring rate effect you will have, meaning less weight to bounce the spring and less jounce on return. Correct. Correct. Like even when we adjust them on the buggies and stuff like that, the more you lay it down, it's basically, it's not better. I'm saying you get less weight. How do I explain this? You'll get less weight if you move it out. Basically, when on a slash, the way that I work the shocks is you adjust them basically on the bottom. I use, how do I explain it? I use the bottom to fine tune. Like if I just want a little bit stiffer, I'll move the shock out. If I want it to turn quicker, more aggressive, I'll move the shock in. That's just fine tuning, just little bits. All right, that looks good. I mean, that is a hefty ass shock. That is a much larger shock than what's coming off it. But I mean, it did have two of them. So is it better? I don't know. That's debatable. Did I put that screw back in? Yeah, I did. All right. Yeah, the steering isn't hooked up because I don't have the receiver in. So if I want to set center, I'll do it when I have it. Anybody know, Raw, what setup he runs? Does he just run the 4 shocks? Does he run 2 shocks? What does he use? Michelle, how you doing? What's up? go. All right. Let's go. All right, let's get this other side off and work on the back. Like I said, we're going to have a fire up today, maybe. I don't know. I'm questioning this one. We'll see. I want to do it at the end of the live because I don't want to smell it and have to deal with it. It's going to be a quick fire up. But I think you guys will be surprised. The ingenuity it took to get this thing to work was fun. I'm not throwing dog bones. I'm breaking heavy-duty ones. Those the chrome ones, OG? Because remember I had that one on here for the drive shaft. That thing was horrid. I threw that in the garbage. Yeah, I wasn't playing with that. That would have tore that out drive out. Guaranteed. Raw runs both. He has big bores on a couple too. Yeah. I like experimenting. I mean, we've seen what yours does and it works well. Well, I want to see if we can find something that can work better. I want to see if I can play with these and I can come up with a mixture that I like. I don't intend to, obviously, the stock 21, that's not getting sent to the moon. I might run it off a ramp or two, but because I have that extra body, I don't mind. But the Raptor, I don't want to beat that one up. I really like that thing. This one, on the other hand, well, we could send this guy. Oh, that's what else it has. I'm sorry. Got a hot bodies pipe on it. With a black header. Looks good. That's the other thing. People, please keep a lookout for me. I'm looking for one of those Vantage carbon fiber pipes. There's one on eBay now for $100. I saw that. I need one that mounts on the right side. They tilt the stingers, and I need one that's on the right side. So that way I want to put it on my carbon fiber Savage 21. Then I'll have to find a header that'll work. That could be an issue, but I can figure that out later. And you gotta love these green bags. Everybody knows when you've seen these green bags, you know where I bought these shocks from. Look, he's nice enough to give you different preloads, stuff like that. And there's even different shock. There's another pair of shock bottoms in here. Freaking awesome. Don't send the 21. It did nothing to you. No, man. That thing is just too pretty. Same with my Raptor. That thing, it came out really, really nice. I don't want to destroy it. This one, well, the only thing I put on it, the pipe I had, I got like $50 into that motor I bought off that guy at a McDonald's, which is hilarious. And I think I got like $10 into the plates. So, I mean, there is no money here. So, I mean, I ain't got to worry about that. And the truck itself, I traded some rift roller, basically, in pieces. I took all the Vitagon parts I wanted off the Rift, and I traded what was left, plus some of the stock parts, for this. I'd do that trade again any day. That's why my buddy's getting that Revo for a pretty nice deal. I traded him my other Revo 3.3 for an Offna, I think it's an LX, just like the one I had, buggy, straight up. So he got the better deal this time because I owe him a good deal. There we go. This thing had something spilled on it. You can see the front steering plate. It's white. The pins are white. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just like rotten. But it's not destroying the metal at all. It's just that's what it had all over the plates and everything. It was gross. Don't send the 21. Urban, what's going on? We had a sighting. If you watch my video I put up yesterday, I had a sighting. I thought it was Lyndon's plane, but OG confirmed that wasn't it. I was at the field where the oval track is, and it's right across the street from a not a major airport, a smaller airport. But there's a lot of guys that run some really neat stuff that they keep in those hangars. And there was somebody flying a yellow like stunt plane over my head all day. So unfortunately in the video you will hear the airplane, but fortunately I got to watch it do flips and stuff. It was pretty cool. All right, there we go. Front's done. Let's get these 4 off the rear, and we'll call that. Then we're gonna try the fire up. I don't know, I gotta throw a couple screws in it, I think, before we attempt it. But the ingenuity that went to get this thing to work, I'm pretty impressed with. It's kind of funny. So, OG, did you take? Are you seriously going to do the? What's his name? Turtles call out. I can't wait to see that. I want to see. You said you're going to wait for him to shoot first. I got you, but I wonder if he's serious, man. It's going to be good to see. What's up, Rynks in the chat? How are y'all doing this morning? I dropped the shock spacer, and it went to the ozone layer, and it seems to never be seen again. Yeah. We fixed the S4, and now we're just gonna replace some shocks on this Savage, and then we're gonna try a fire up. Gonna need some assembly on that one. I don't know if we'll be able to get it today. Should be able to. I want to show everybody a deal. Okay. Let's see, 4. These Savage shocks, the small ones, I'll tell you what, they're getting hard to come by. People on eBay are losing their damn mind on the prices of these things. Tight, man. Holy jeez. Oh yeah, I got them. Cool, man. I'm working on getting a ramp. I gotta get some money up. As you can see, I haven't been buying too much, too many cars on eBay, so I'm trying to save the money up. We got a couple bucks that were donated over the time that eventually will be paid out, but I'm getting a ramp. Whether I gotta build it or we gotta buy it, I'm getting a ramp. I ain't gonna let you guys have all the fun. Go. I don't know, I'm kind of digging the whole 4 shock instead of 8 shock idea. Just make it simpler, you know? Doesn't look as cool. I'll admit to that. Find longer screws. There we go. One more. What do we got going on in the chat? Urban Legend says he has to stay off eBay. Nah, man. Find the deals. Find the deals. Yes, they are. I grab them every chance I get, and the red springs. Forget about finding those once in a while. Yeah, I try to send them. If I find junk savages, you know, parts savages, and they have those red springs, I always send them to you. You know what I mean? If you could find the value, you could find a good deal with the parts that it comes with. I mean, hey, go for it. Oh, gee, I sent you that picture yesterday about that. Oh, I think I know. I sent you a link to a marketplace thing that's by me. One was a Savage 25. What was the other one? All right, let's pull the tank out. Just get it out of the way. Because it goes 21, 25, and then what was it, a 4-1? In Marketplace. eBay's where dreams come true unless the dream's to save money. Not true. Not true. You can save a lot of money, but you got people that are just unrealistic. That's all. Sometimes you see like Savages up for like $700 or $800. And I mean, they're used. Or some people will put, oh, it's custom. Okay, cool. I'm not paying to do something that I want to do. If I'm going to customize it, I want to do it. I don't want you to do it for me. I just paid $40 for a flywheel and some pins for a, yes, 4.6. It was a Savage X purple head. Oh, so it's another 4.6? See, there's the issue I have is I don't want to have 30 Savages. That's not my goal. So if I pick those up, I'll let everybody know, the price was $300 for 2 of them. In my area, they're not going to sell that well. And they're going out towards the way that I'm going anyway. So, I mean, I'm not considering it out of the way. I'm going to offer the guy $250 for the pair. I think that's fair. So if I pay $125 a piece for those Savages, that's a good price. The 25 is sweet. The 4.6 is whatever, you know, it'll be all right. They're good trucks. If what do I do with them? You know what I'm saying? What am I going to do with them? I don't need another 25. We have one right there. I don't need another 4.6. We're currently working on a 4.6. But if you can buy both of them for $125 a piece, I mean, it's kind of, you know. Urban Legend says, got a question here. What is the difference between a Nitro Sport and a Rustler? Okay, Nitro Sport is not a full metal chassis. Let me get these 2 screws out and I'll show you the differences. It's really not that much. One more screw. I could show you what it is. That 25 had a mint cooling head on it. Yeah, I need one for a 21. I'm searching for the lost shock space. It's slowing down this build, and I might have to buy a few. What? Wait. What's it? What do you have? A Rustler or a Nitro Sport? I have 2 Nitro Sports. I mean, I've built them. I can help you out, man. I may even have something for you. Okay. Let's go grab that real quick. We'll go with the custom one this time. Not too many people have seen this one because this is a Rustler body. There we go. No, I want that. Hey, that's a good $100 tripod. It doesn't hold crap. There we go. All right, differences. Rustler bodies mount right onto it. This one is completely custom. This is your difference. You see that? The blue section here, that's destroyed by the way. The blue section here and the black section. Nitro Sport will have plastic on the front Rustler will not. That is pretty much it. Okay, I'm building the crawler and one shock spacer has gone missing. I'm not into the crawler. There's not much I can help you with. But yeah, basically your big differences with the Nitro Sport is it comes with the 15, the .15 Traxxas engine, where I think the Rustler came with the 2.5. It may have had a 1.5 at one point, but these only had a 1.5. So I can let's pull the lid. I'll show you what I mean. There you go. And they come with the plastic top plate. But yeah, it comes with the 15 plastic pipe. It comes with the easy start setup. And you can convert the whole front ends over. Like this thing here, this has GTR shocks on it. This has the slash arms. This has all the C-hubs. Everything is from a slash. I converted the whole front end over. It has the steering kind of like a Stampede. You can use Stampede parts for that. And it's got the HD axles, and it's got slash arms in the rear. The rear, you don't have to do anything to. You can just use slash parts as well. If you could get one of these for a first Nitro, I'd recommend it. These things are great. They're usually cheaper than a Rustler, and like I said, you could convert a lot of this over to current slash stuff, which is dirt cheap. I do have two wheels on backwards. Good eye. I don't know. Well, might as well fix that. I don't even remember when I had them off. Why would I have them off? Oh, well. Hey, we're here. I'll fix them now. Let's see here. Yeah, for an old guy, OG, you got good eyes. Just ran my stock 3.3 T-Max. It so wants to be a savage, you know, stall on hard turns and heavy braking. No engine, $50. Does it have the easy start stuff? Let me ask that. I got wheels on backwards. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even answer that. I don't even remember the last time I had these wheels off, to be honest, OG. The reason I ask if it has the easy start stuff is I do have another 1.5. I have a 1.5 that's pretty good. If you wanted, if you could buy that for $50, make sure it has all the linkages and all that stuff, but it just doesn't have a motor or an engine. I have an engine we can put in there. You can have it. I'll ship it right out. You can have it. Oh, it's a good idea. Now I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. I did have to mess with the what's it called? The hexes. I had to go with the wider hex to get those wheels off of it. But basically all you have here is just slash parts. All slash parts. Slash rear arms I already had, so I got fronts to match. The C-hubs are slash. The gray hexes are slash. The axles are slash. And trust me, those axles, you ain't breaking those. Not on this. That does not make the power to break anything like that. The only reason I ask if it has the easy start is, like we spoke about before, like what's a good one for somebody that's new to Nitro to get is something with an electric start of some sort, because when a Nitro runs good, it's a good day. When a Nitro runs bad, obviously it's a bad day. If you're sitting there with that pull cord tearing into your finger the whole time, you're gonna get aggravated with it. You're not gonna want to deal with it. But, I mean, you get a good one that starts with a pull starter, it's no problem. But yeah, this one I turned into more of a basher style because the chassis, the anodizing was already bad. I'm sending my first eBay Nitro directly to you from the seller. Let's build it. Hey, man, I would be thrilled to do that. That would be fun. You know, I thought about that. I was like, you know, like the challenges were fun. Like you guys have your speed challenges and stuff. We had what, you know, I had mine and I thought it went pretty good. I get $400 an hour to wrench. Oh my God, I'd be loaded. That'd be sick, wouldn't it? I was going to do a challenge, but it's one of those things that's hard because I'd have to get into somebody's pocket, and I don't see a lot of people wanting to do it. I don't know. Nitro Pimp buys a lot. Maybe he would. OG has his hands full, so I don't know if he would. But maybe make it like a $200 challenge where we get enough people that say they want to do it, that are legit, that are gonna do it. Let's talk about it. That are legit, that are actually gonna do it. And I spend $200 on eBay. And let's say I buy something. And I mean, I want to put my best foot forward. I'm not trying to screw anybody. I spend $200 max. I could get a truck. I can get parts. I can, you know, whatever I want to get. And I send it to OG. For instance, we're gonna use him. He's gonna be our victim today. And then he does the same. And we see what we can build out of what the other person sends. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, like I was going to use OG. Here we go. I'm not going to buy a Savage. We know he can build a Savage. I want to get him something that's good, but out of his comfort zone. You know what I mean? It's like, try something a little different. Bob says, do you want to get rid of your nitro problem? Stop using 30% on shit engines. Boom, to more problems. Absolutely. See, Pimp's in. He think that'd be cool. I don't. I have 20% up here, and I have 30%. 30% goes in my buggies and my Savage with the 32. Like the video that I just made with the Savage 21, that was 20%. That's probably why the tune was so off. Yeah, something out of the wheelhouse. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but you got, the hard part is, what's the challenge? There is no challenge. I'm just bullshitting. What I said was, do it like, spend $200. Go on eBay, and you got to get, like I said, you got to do it with people that are legit, because I'm not going to send, OG gets a Revo. I could get him a Revo for $200. That wouldn't be a problem. Let's say you set a cap, $200. You know, not chump change, but not real expensive. And you got to come up with an idea of what you want to buy, and then buy the best you can of it. Send it out to them and be like, here you go. And, but the only thing is, it'd be just fun to do, but I don't know how you would make a challenge out of it. Because, like I said, we're going to do a speed run challenge, and I buy him a crawler, for instance. He loses. That's not going to work. Could he try to make it fast? Yeah, I mean, go for it. If I say it's all nitro, okay, there's not really that many choices, you know what I mean? Like, if I was to say I have $200 to build the fastest thing I can, top speed-wise, it's all going to be about the deal I get and what I choose. You know what I mean? Like, if I was going to say I want to go top speed, I'm going to buy a RS4 Evo 3. I'm going to buy a team-associated touring car. Or I'm going to buy a Fortec. You know what I mean? But I said, hey, we're going to go off-road speed. Then, yeah, I'm going to buy a Revo. I'm going to buy a Savage. I'm going to buy a monster truck, something with multiple gears. I just don't know how you put it together. I'll give them a Revo. I've owned 4 Revos in my life, and at this moment, I could tell you, I couldn't tell you the front from the rear. Well, they're basically the same. Don't feel bad. I don't know. I think of cool ideas like that. You know what I mean? Like, what could you do? One I had was a kind of a neat one was Urban Legend and them. Those guys go after some of the more not mainstream cars. I'm not saying like cheap Temu junk, but I watch his live and I see brands and hear about brands that I've never heard of before. And some of those cars are really cool. But we were talking about the Tamiyas a while ago, and I was thinking about doing a Tamiya thing. You know what I mean? Get a Tamiya. We can do top speed. We can do come up with some challenges of some sort. But Tamiyas are cheap. Tamiyas are dirt cheap, and they have a lot of them. We could have did something pretty cool. But I don't know. I'm just bullshitting here. If anybody has cool ideas, don't feel like, we can try them. You know what I mean? I'm always up to try something new. Winter's coming. I will be wrenching. I will be building. If you want to do something, bring it up. If you have a problem, like, you know, with mine, when I did the speed challenge, I couldn't get a good enough viewership. Do you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of people that tried it, and we had a lot of fun. But I mean, I only got, I don't even think I hit 15 entrants. But those 15 entrants or under that we got, those guys were trying hard. Nick was giving it hell. John was giving it hell. I mean, there was a lot of guys. Yeah, a build off, but we gotta come up with a criteria. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it'd be fun, but make it so that it's loose enough that I can bring a nitro to the table and you can bring an electric, and we could still have something in common. You know, price or, you know, something. I mean, but you also got to make it realistic. Like, because, I mean, let's say I say $200 cap, that's it. And somebody legitimately, I don't know, is you know, cracked out or something like that, wants to, and we're going to do monster trucks, wants to sell OG and X-Max for $200, and it's legit, what do? We're screwed. You know what I mean? Build off would be cool. Urban, yeah. I mean, I think a build off would be real cool. For example, when I got the Protos, I got the Jammin' X1 Truggy, no engine, but a new axial 28. Buggy is nasty for $250. Not really fair. Yeah, man. Yeah, no. If we all got to work together, I'm not gonna bid up on you. If you say you want something, you let me know, because I'm probably gonna tell you what I'm getting. You know what I mean? If we're on the same boat, go for it. You have an electric with nitro. That's like a Tesla owner trying to mingle at a car meet. Yeah, you just point at things and say, would you look at that? That's not hard. Fastest Rustler under $400. Oh, boy. Nitro or electric? See, that's not hard, though. Well, okay. It is hard. It would be hard. But, I mean, if you said, hey, I built a 6S Rustler. It could be done for $400. Have you seen my Nitro Creighton? Ain't no Tesla. Yeah. I don't know. Think about it, guys. Like I said, if it's a problem with reach, I mean, there's enough of us out here now that we could put it out and do something really cool. It's just we got to come up with a cool idea. Like, I like the idea of, you know, just capping it, but like I said, you got to either do it extremely cheap or I don't know how to do it. Like, that's where I'm lost. All right, let me put this back. But yeah, if you can find one of these for $50 and it has all the linkages and everything that you need, you could do a pretty cool build out of these things. I mean, 50, if you had one, actually, hang on. I can do this one better. I just seen some little burrs here. I want to get out of the bumper. Hold on. I got something. I have a Nitro Sport. I have a whole other one. I forgot about this. It needs servos, some shocks. You'd have to do the conversion for the slash stuff because this still has the old hub and bearing style setup. The rear is good. I think the rear you'd have to change the hexes depending on wheel size. It's got a switch. I believe all the easy start stuff. No, this is a pull start. So this has the pull start. This engine does run. I've had this engine running on this channel. The fuel tank is good. It's clean-ish. All the linkages are here. Yeah, Ty, if you want one, I got one, man. I got one. I have, if not, I have every part that you would need to rebuild that other one. I got that for free. All right, let's get back to this Savage here. Let's get out of here. So yeah. Holy organization, when did you do that? Slowly but surely, I'm running out of floor space. I have no choice. There we go. No electrics, only do pre-release, except the Limitless 120. That will stay in the box. Nah, because we can't do that. I want it to be either way. You know what I'm saying? Like, in one way or another, the nitro guys kind of have an advantage. Is a lot of people are afraid of them, and you know we get good deals. An electric doesn't. An electric doesn't. If it either works or it doesn't, and people just buy them. You know what I mean? Okay. There you go, Nitro Pimp. Where did I buy them shocks from? Everybody knows the bags, man. Kind of a short, not a short live today. We're having a good live today. Come up with some cool ideas, but I have more parts coming next week. I got some more stuff I got to get fixed. It's getting to be that time of the year. Michelle H. Let's see. Depends on what you use as a price cap. If you're going to say $200, going to be hard for more challenge for electrics. Correct. That's what I'm saying. The nitros have a bit of an advantage because I can go on there. I could buy a hell of a nitro for $200. Will it run? Debatable. That's where my problem would be. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And I don't want to exclude anybody. But also, like I said, it's a hard thing to do because, like, in order to be in it, I have to be in your pocket. You know what I mean? I can't say, go into your stash and find something that's worth $200 and we'll use that. How am I going to do this? There we go. That's it. All right. All right, last shock is on. Where did those pins go? I can't find my pins. Where did my pins go? There they are. Because, I mean, if you want to talk about, yeah, hey, Just Bash, what's going on? Like if you said, hey, we're going to do a $200 limit. I got a beautiful Savage 21 over there that's well under $200. I still got money left. So, I mean, I think it'd be kind of cool to set a price limit because it would kind of make people, they're going to have to work for it. You know what I mean? You got to find the deal. Got to find the deal. All right, we're going to try and tag these up. That I need. You all going to fit? Yeah, we'll get them to fit. That and the problem is also, like I said, is if you did want to do something, like if you want to do speed, it's easy. GNSS and go. Like Ty says, men lie, women lie, the GNSS doesn't. So not everybody has one. So everybody had to get one to be part of it. We said, oh, we're going to do a jumping contest. How far you can go? Everybody needs a ramp. Here's an idea. Get 6 guys together and Michelle. I will donate Savage 25s. You guys pay shipping. Build them for 200 bucks and do a challenge. Speed, wheelies, handling, winner gets 200 bucks. Well, I don't need to donate one. I have one. So that you can add an extra guy if you wanted to, because I have one. And trust me, I don't have 200 bucks into it. If you want to see it, I can show you. It's that's the one I paid $75 for because I wanted the wheels. So that's a cool idea if you don't have one already. I think OG has a 25, so that he's okay. Build them for 200 bucks. You want to put $200 into it? I don't need to. What would I do? Winner gets 200 bucks. That's a cool idea. I mean, your channel's larger than mine, Pimp. Why not put it on? If you want to do some kind of a call out, man, I think that would be good for you, good for the community. I think that'd be a good idea. Like I said, I got a decent amount of people in on the top speed challenge, and my channel was only like at 200 or 300. So I mean, over 1,000, you got a much better spread. You could probably do something pretty cool. We will call it the rink off. There you go. No, we can figure it out. All my wheels are on correct, so that's good. Build them for 200 challenge. Well, speed and wheelies. I don't think a 25 will do wheelies. Speed will be based on, you know, basically tuning, how you want to do it. Handling, that would be the winner there. Winner gets 200 bucks. See, I don't know. I kind of thought the idea of doing it with a cheap truck and allowing the people to pick what they get kind of makes it like, remember how I said, an eBay sniper, try to get yourself the, the eBay sniper, try to find the deal, find the deals. I think that would kind of put it in there where, you know, hey, if you could go on Marketplace and get your car, awesome, get the deal. If you can get it on eBay, get it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it don't feel terrible. We'll have to take it and try it out. I've been slacking T-Max, the Savage, and Revo projects. I had to order parts for my Revo, and the T-Max, I got to figure out what to do with that sleeve. I got to get that figured out. We'll take that off next. All right, cool. So we got the shocks on here. We're going to try this one out. I'm going to see how good or bad it really is. There we go. Why is that body so tight? I don't know. Back to the shelf. All right, let's try the other tripod for now. Oop. There we go. All right, now here's a cool one. This is what we're gonna try to fire this up maybe today. We'll see how far I gotta get on it. Going back to the I Don't Work Sportworks. All right, I had some problems with this thing, as in everything. Nothing works. Sport works? No. Okay, I'm caught up on the chat. Nothing worked on this damn thing. So what I want to do is I'm going to build the truck that they just should have built in the beginning. And we're going to simplify this. So here's the problem we had. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to start this today. I'm just going to show you what we did. We're going to start this on another day. I lied. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So I made a few mistakes and it worked out better than I thought. Let's put it that way. Where are we at here? There we go. All right. So what I want to do is I'm going to simplify this thing and try to make a really, really lightweight, simple stadium truck. We're basically just going to build it as like a XXX NT would be, or a RC10 GT2 or GT, and I want to make it simple. So first thing we got to do is we got to get rid of the electric start, the Tyco reaction. Yeah, I'm going to try to make the best one. Well, not the best one. I'm going to do the best I can with what we got. Warning, you've lost online protection. I accept the risk. Leave me alone. All right, so we're gonna take the we're gonna take this all down. We're gonna take it apart. We're gonna modernize it as far as I bought new servos. We're gonna get rid of these servos, these stupid 5-wire servos. They are gone. Those are a thing of the past, and we're gonna put them right back where they belong. So both servos are gonna get replaced. They're gonna be gone. Then I need to get. We're gonna have to figure out something for a battery. I got this wire goes to all that mess. We're gonna put a traditional receiver in here. Nothing fancy, but one thing at a time. So the electric start was this. This still works. Nothing wrong with it. If what's his name don't want it, I'm gonna put it on eBay. I'm sure somebody else might possibly be looking for this, and I have probably one of the few that work. So I'm gonna sell it if you don't want it. The back plate on this, I thought, was the same as the other Toki engine that I have, my Team Infinity. So I didn't think anything about it. I ordered the exact same pull starter that I bought for that one. This is just a Amazon cheap one. They're like 12 bucks or something. And it's wrong. The back plate is much larger, and that doesn't work. So, you know, being that guy, I thought I found another one that would work, and it's exactly the same. But it came with a one-way bearing, and it was like 13 bucks. So I got another pull starter. Okay. So now I'm beating my head against the wall, trying to figure out what I can use to make this thing work. And I'm like, we got to come up with a common anomaly here. We got, you know, what is the common factor here that this engine shares with a more common engine, so that way I could, maybe look up a pull starter for something more common, and maybe I can get that to work. So I did. I pulled out every small block that I had laying around here that either has no pinch or is just hanging out. And this has the same back plate as an HPI 15. The G15. No, T15. Which also has the same as a G3.0, which also has the same as a 12R. So basically, we can look for an HPI starter. Awesome, right? Awesome. So I go through and I find a HPI T15 starter, and it's like 35 bucks. I don't want to spend 35 bucks. I was hoping to have something laying around. A Force 15 would probably work. Correct. OG says, put the quick release wheels on. It'll automatically make it a legend. Those quick release wheels are worth more than this car. So that's out. So I start looking through, and I'm trying to find, you know, stuff that I have lying around. I found something that worked out better than a pull starter. Check this out. Come on out. You gonna come out? Come out and play. There we go. So, like I said, I started looking around. This monkey metal bell, anyway. And here's what I came up with. This pull starter came with a one-way bearing. I think it was a 14 mil. That'll fit right on the shaft. Fits this no problem. You know what we ended up using? Bam. That's a roto start for an LRP 32 or the 28, I believe. Bolts right up to this. And that one-way bearing fits perfectly. Check it out. Not to be used as a curler. There we go. So, problem one. How is we going to start this thing? Is solved. That's all it took. So, we were going to take the electric start out, and we're going to put a roto in. There we go. There we go. There we go. And if you look at it, no, we're not going to start this today because I got to put the exhaust and all back in. I got to put the motor mounts on. And I got to tear this all apart, so I'd be putting it on to rip it back off. But look at that. Perfect placement. Looks like it belongs that way. Maybe that's how it should have came. So yeah, the back plate for an LRP 32 big block is exactly the same bolt pattern as a .18 Toki engine. So there you go. That and the exhaust will clear it. There's no issues with that whatsoever. Worked out pretty good. So that's the big one for me. I was pretty stoked that I figured that out, and it cost me a total of nothing. I ended up using a part that I had no use for. So I got more parts coming for this because it has to be done as cheaply as possible because I'm already upside down on this thing. Do not buy one of these. But we're going to make it cool. I think that this can come out pretty good. If you take all the electronic garbage out of here, the electric reverse and all that nonsense, the majority of this truck is plastic. We got parts moving and shit in there. Oh, that's the crystal. This thing probably doesn't weigh much. If you take all the junk off it, it probably doesn't weigh much at all. I think this thing might rip. This might be a good truck. If you remove all the nonsense, it's probably not bad. So, there you go. Now, I wanted to show you one thing. Let me pull this thing up on the computer real quick. I like to come up with these deals, and we bring up quite a bit of certain eBay sellers that we use. And this guy, we all use. Just wanted to show some of this stuff, like some of these deals that you can get from using this guy. Not paid advertisement. I buy a lot from him. That'd be nice. It's Lumidave 35. This is the one that we always keep bringing up. I want to show... Oh, excuse me. I want to show you, like, this is a deal that I recently just picked up. Let's see, servo. That I think is a killer deal if anybody's looking for just some cheap servos to throw in. Here it is, right here. Lumidave 35 sells these. If you have a 23-tooth servo, these S614s he's selling is an absolute find. Yeah. He sells them for $13.49 a piece. These are brand new takeouts. Metal geared, 23 tooth. I mean, you got to use 23 tooth, but that's not bad at all. Because if you go here, let's see here, and you just look up Spectrum S614. Right there. That is the same exact one on A-Main. Still available. Waterproof metal gear surface servo. $35. So you could buy them brand new for $35. Or you could buy them off of him for $13.50. And I mean, it's exactly the same servo. Look. Metal case. Metal gear. Plastic top. I mean, this servo is not going to burn the house down. Because it's a Spectrum, it's quality, it's not bad. But I mean, I think that's even cheaper than the Amazon servos that people have been buying. Yes, it's a 23 tooth, but he also sells lots of other stuff. So yeah, that's my find of the week. I saw those. I grabbed a couple of them right up. All right, well, that's it for this week. I got more parts coming. We'll have some more wrenching to do next week. I got a lot of broken stuff. But other than that, I'll get my tools here put away. What's everybody else got going on? 5055 70. That it? Everybody good? I'm good. Where are we at? 1520 2530. All right. Well, that's it for this week. I'm going to wrap it up. Like I said, check it out. Lumidave 35. I mean, that's where I've been finding my deals. So we're talking about doing a budget build. That's your guy. OG uses them. I use them. Nitro Pimp uses them. Probably a bunch of others as well. So, like I said, if you guys want to come up with a cool idea, something you just want to build, say something. Let me know. You know, talk to me, talk to one of my people. You know, we'll get something going. You know, everybody knows everybody around here. We'll get something going and do something cheap. Let's do something cheap, but let's do something cool. Or, like I said, Nitro Pimp, if he wants to do that thing with the Savage 25s, man, I already got one. You ain't got to send me one. You send it to somebody else. We'll get somebody else involved. Let's come up with something cool. The winter's coming. It's the end of the season. It's the perfect time, all the way up through October. Let's do something cool. I'm not bored, but I'm itching. Let's just try something else. All right. Well, if that's it, I'm going to wrap it up this week. I thank everybody for coming on out. OG hanging out, Nitro Pimp, Bashnitz was hanging out, Michelle, and everybody else. I totally appreciate you hanging out, and I'll catch you next week. We'll have more parts. We'll do some more wrenching. We're going to get the Revo fixed next week. We're going to work on this, the reaction, get something done with that. And what else am I going to work on? What else am I working on? Yeah, Michelle, have a great weekend. What else? I ordered something else. Oh, I broke my XXXNT. We might work on that. And what else did I order? Oh, I got a new steering rack for the boat launch slash. So we're gonna upgrade to a newer style Traxxas steering rack and that, and get rid of that aluminum piece of crap. I am so over those aluminum racks. Garbage. So yeah, next week we'll be wrenching. I got more stuff. Watch for a new video. I'm gonna run something today. I'm sure I'll get something out. Till next time, peace.